Like he played this villain in The Tick called the Finn, who was a dolphin, and he talked like that. He'd just be like, "I'm the Finn," and we should get him to go back and revoice over all of Hayden Christensen's lines. You're like, "I can even stop people from dying." Just be like, "Yes, yeah, that'd be great." I would pay real money to see that.
And then they bring up the fact, like, oh yeah, well, in the older movies, we never saw him turning to the dark side. This guy, you would have, like, he's just the nicest guy you could have ever met. You would never think he would turn to the dark side. He would be the first person I would suspect to be the Sith, besides Palpatine.
Well, yeah, from the get-go, yeah?
Unless you count, like, when he was a kid, because then it's just like, oh, I'm Jake Lloyd, pod racing, yeah, and everything, and it's just like, well, yeah, it's just a kid. But then he gets older, and he just, like, talks one sentence, like, in this world where anything can turn you to the dark side, that guy is definitely turning to the dark side.
Yeah, that, you know where this is going.
And I hate how in that world, just anything can turn you to the dark side. You put too much cheese on that Hot Pocket, dark side. It's...
Someday, I will be the most powerful Jedi ever!
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs to happen. Anyway, what else should we talk about?
Sorry about that. My parents told me I had to go do something really quickly.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, but but like, I'm serious. Just the line, the way he delivers, especially the way you just said it.
That's all I want to do now. I just want to read that entire script like that. But I'm not going to.
I mean, then there's a new comment system where I've seen people post the entire script to Star Wars.
It's like the only thing we got that was cool was, like, unlimited link comments, and then how cool is that really? Like,
but then there's the art that some people like to post. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna...
Yeah. I mean, at least you can put links in a comment now.
And then some links lead you to a virus, but whatever.
Oh yeah, those aren't good. No. I wonder how long that'll last. Come to think of it, because there were good reasons for being able to do that.
I know, but then they try and force you to integrate your comment system and everything.
Oh, I know.
It just makes people not want to use something if you're forcing them to use it.
Yeah.
It's not even really just like a thing of, like, oh, this is just how things work. It's more of a psychological thing, I would guess. Just because telling a person, oh yeah, you can do this and everything, it almost like makes them want to do it less. But then automatically telling a person, oh yeah, you can't do this, it makes them want to do it more. So I'm assuming the opposite effect would work, whatever. I don't know anything about psychology, I'm just making stuff up right now. The only thing I know about psychology was actually studying to play the Joker, because that's one thing I worked really hard on, and yeah. And I tried to read as much as Heath Ledger's journal that he wrote when he was playing the Joker, which, have you ever read that before?
No, I didn't know it was available.
Just the stuff that was available to the public, basically. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
No, I didn't know any of it was. I mean, I knew that existed, but I didn't know you could look at it.
It's really messed up because he wrote down things that the Joker would find funny. One of them being landmines, dead babies, and the AIDS virus. And I just look at that, I'm like, yes, the Joker would find that funny, but why would you even bring that up?
Well, I mean, if it informed his performance, you know, I can kind of, I don't know, I can kind of see that in his performance a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I point something out to someone
Sure,
on the Dark Knight that no one ever notices, for instance, the whole entire thing where on the side of the truck that they used, how it was like a circus truck and everything, and on the side of the trailer it said laughter is the best medicine, but in blood or whatever, they put an S in front of it, so it said slaughter is the best medicine. And I pointed,
yeah.
what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then I saw that, and my cousin, like, the first time I saw the movie was on DVD because my parents at the time were afraid that I wouldn't be able to sleep for weeks if I'd seen that movie in the theater. And they basically were just like, I don't want you seeing this, period. And I saw it at my cousin's house once when they finally let me, and he'd never noticed that, and he'd seen it like 20 times. And there's just like so many subtle little things in that movie that only, like, well, besides the whole entire undertones and everything, that can only be noticed on like repeat viewings. I wouldn't say that's exactly the same with Dark Knight Rises. That's more of a pretty straightforward, just stuff blowing up. But I mean, The Dark Knight Rises, when I think about it, stuff comes like full circle, I guess, when you look at it as like Batman Begins and stuff. Like plot wise, I don't know if you get what I'm saying here, but
Yeah.
and I know there are people who just deeply hate Rises just because of the fact that it didn't have the Joker in it at all, and I think, yeah, Brown and Eric like mentioned this multiple times. Either way, if you would have had the Joker in it, people would have complained just as much as if you didn't have the Joker in it. If you had the Joker in it, people would have either complained that he's just doing a stupid Heath Ledger impression, or he's not enough like Heath Ledger. And if you would have not had him in it, which they didn't, people still complained that the Joker wasn't in the movie. So I don't know. I guess what most people wanted, like I was talking to Laser Dude, and he pointed out that he said he just would have liked more of a closure thing for what happened to the character, which makes sense because we don't really know where he is or anything. I don't know. But, oh yeah, also, I just remembered this at the hour and 13-minute mark that he wanted to say thanks for the shout-out to Arkham Wake.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Which may not seem a lot to you, but I've gained 4 subscribers from that, so...
Well, I thought it was neat that you guys did that, and there've been a couple of parodies spawned here so far, like that, which is neat.
I mean, I heard someone did a Doctor Who thing. On the subject of Doctor Who, my friends get mad at me because I don't watch that. I've told them multiple times, I'm not saying it's a bad show. I've seen one episode. It's fine. I just don't feel like catching up on the however many episodes there are in that. Like, I could reason with Firefly watching that because there's only 13 episodes. And that's, like, reasonable. Like, oh yeah, I could just sit down and watch this one day. But you look at Doctor Who, and it's like you have so many just decades of this.
Well, the nice thing about the new stuff is that you don't need to go all the way back.
I know, but
I mean, if you watch the modern stuff, you're good. It's not my favorite thing in the world. It's all right. I like it. I'm not a fan. I've not kept up with it. I've watched the first 2 or 3 years of the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, I enjoyed it. It's really, really ultra hyped, which is fine. I get why people love it. It's just not my bag. I'll finish it eventually. You know.
I mean, most of the reason why I watched Dr. Horrible in the first place was because Nathan Fillion and Firefly and Castle. That was before I'd heard about the movie and everything, and I just sort of looked at it as meh. But then I watched Firefly and heard that Nathan Fillion was in, what is it? Wow. Okay. Doctor Who. Why did I say Doc? Yes, Nathan Fillion is the next Doctor. That would be. Anyways, Nathan Fillion was in Doctor Horrible, and I was just like, okay, what does he play? Then I'd heard his first song, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this completely makes sense for why he's playing this character, because was Zach Whedon or Jed Whedon the one who wrote most of the songs with Joss?
I don't remember. I think it was Zach Whedon.
Yeah, I remember Zach specifically wrote the songs for Nathan Fillion, and you can tell so much. I don't know. It's, for me at least, I don't know. I keep mumbling and then just keep going, and then, yeah.
Anyway, like you're beatboxing.
Maybe a rapid question, and we can probably end this, what I consider to be a mumble fest and a ramble fest.
Mumblefest, yeah. You could start like a whole new trend of video types.
That's it. This is a new series,
Yeah.
Mumblefest Episode 1.
Yeah, it wouldn't even have to be a series. You could just call it Mumblefest and then see if it catches on. Like people do rants. See if Mumblefest catches on.
So that'll be the next trendy topic on Twitter, just hashtag Mumblefest.
Hashtag Mumblefest.
Yeah. Once again, another awkward silence. Courtesy of my videos. Anyways.
Hashtag.
Yeah, let me think of a wrap-up question. Oh yeah, this may be random, which most of this has been, but something that I'd heard recently, well, there's two questions to this. You know who Kevin Smith is, I'm assuming.
Yes, I know who Kevin Smith is.
I know, that's a bit of a stupid question to ask, but some people who I think would know who
Is that it? Is that the wrap-up question?
No.
All right, well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you.
Just yes, and then just end it. And then, like, special features is, like, another hour of us just, like, so yeah, Clerks.
Hashtag Mumblefest.
But what I was going to ask,
Yeah.
besides that, well, there's two questions. First being, when Kevin Smith was doing Smodcast and he had Grant Morrison as a guest star, did you hear Grant Morrison's theory about what the ending to The Killing Joke could possibly be?
No, I haven't listened to that one.
It's really interesting. He said that if you want to look at it this way, Alan Moore basically just wrote the final Batman story, and at the very end, Batman is killing Joker. Because it just sort of pans off into the distance, well, with Joker just laughing, and then one panel just silence. Which, if you want to look at it that way, that's like a really interesting thing, but if you look at it just the other way, where stuff just continues and you don't know what happened after that, I don't know, it's just really sort of odd to me. And Kevin Smith, of course, because it's Smodcast, and most of the time he's high out of his mind while he's doing that, probably was just blown away because of the fact that he was talking to Grant Morrison. But I raised my case. That's an interesting theory. But last question, maybe weird, but it's my last question.